So this collective really need to view something in an unbiased way. So the first card that comes out is the Judgment card, and it's clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. So whatever it is that you're working on, it's really important that you judge this fairly and in an unbiased way. So the card Judgment is in this grey. It's very monotone, and grey in tarot is typically the card of neutral decisions. So make sure that you're judging things fairly, you're using your discernment, you're following your intuition, but you're also trying to align on an unbiased basis. So basically, don't force yourself to fit anywhere where your energy doesn't naturally fit. Don't force yourself to fit anywhere where you feel like you're being used in a negative way, for example. Make sure that you're doing things that authentically align with you, and you're doing things that you're authentically drawn towards, and you're seeing them for exactly how they are, rather than looking at things through rose-tinted glasses. And that's been a real common theme during the collective readings for this eclipse season. It is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, and this to me is the card of daydreaming, manifesting the things that you actually want. This is the life that you dream about, the goals that you're trying to actually go out there and achieve. So make sure you are seeing something for exactly how it is, rather than how you perceive it or how you want to be perceiving it, for example. It could be that the thing you're going for is because it's going to attract you a lot of wealth, for example, but is that thing going to provide you long-term happiness? And it's these kind of things that we need to judge up. The Six of Pentacles follows, and this to me speaks about reviewing what you're doing with a very balanced mind. So again, it's looking at your energy, looking at how you're spending your energy, looking at how you receive energy back from people, and finding that balance. So make sure you're not all work and no play, for example, and equally you don't want to be all play and no work. So make sure that you are finding the balance in situations, and you're finding the balance between giving energy and receiving energy as well. The Five of Wands asks you to not be defensive, don't entertain low vibrational behaviors like gossiping or arguing, for example. It's really important, and it's 202 as I say that we allow things to flow naturally. If things leave, then let things leave. If things come in or come back, then allow those things to come in. But make sure you're using your discernment, and you're not fighting yourself to make these things fit or to make these people feel relevant, for example. The King of Pentacles follows, and it's clarified by the Queen of Cups. So I see this collective as needing to stand strong in their ideas, and once they're actually able to clearly visualize what they want in their future, and they're able to clearly visualize where they want to be, and it's 232 as I say that, it's about nourishing your energy, nourishing your goals, nourishing that idea so that you can achieve the King of Pentacles. You can bring these things into your 3D reality. It's just about identifying which direction to go in, which direction is going to bring you emotional fulfillment, is going to fulfill you on a soul level, 252, rather than on a monetary value, for example. Because ultimately, if we do things that we align with and they feel authentic to us, everything else should flow naturally towards us. So don't get so focused on how are you going to make a living off this thing, for example. Be more focused on, how do I feel when I do this thing? Do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel uplifted? Do I feel like this is something I can continue to give energy to for the next 10 years, for example? The Nine of Pentacles comes out, and this is always my card of that Disney delusional era, that energy of being outside, grounding yourself, spending time with nature, doing things that uplift and nourish you. And it's also clarified here by the Five of Swords. So make sure that you are moving away from any people or places that drain your energy and don't feel like the Nine of Pentacles. They don't feel warm, they don't feel grounded, they don't feel like they value your energy, for example. It's important that we move away from those situations and we spend time where we do feel delusional in the best possible way, and we can enter that Disney daydreamy, I'm out in nature, I'm talking to the birds kind of energy. The final card is Justice, and it's clarified by the Four of Swords. So I see justice, karmic intervention, perfect alignment basically coming in, and it's 404 as I say that for this collective. And I feel like the justice will be if you manage to clearly visualize where you want to be while finding that balance in your energy and learning to basically remove yourself from situations where you have to be defensive, or you're in situations that feel like they're low vibrational or they're draining your energy. You need to move away from those things, and the justice here will be freeing you from this Four of Swords energy that's currently keeping you trapped. So make sure that you are doing the healing work, you're visualizing your manifestations, you're practicing your daily gratitude, for example, and you're clearly identifying which route to take with the help of spirit. And it's important that we do ask spirit and the universe for help and guidance, and it's important that we're open to seeing those signs and synchronicities so we can be happy on the path that we're in, or we can be confident in the steps that we're taking to get to the next level, for example. Please do drop me a comment and let me know if this reading resonated. I'd also appreciate if you could drop me a follow because it helps the readings reach a wider collective, and I'll see you on the next one.